Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is another episode of the C programming series, and in this video we are going to add account deleting functionality to our account system. So first of all, I am going to add a new message into the messages that we give to the user and say X to delete an account, and in here we can implement just another if statement, and if the command is X we can call a function called delete. This function is not created yet, but we can easily do that inside of functions.h, create this function prototype and actually create the definition of the function in the functions.c, and here we can start implementing the delete function. So in order to implement that, there can be a couple of different ways, I guess, but the one we are going to use is we are going to read all of the accounts that we have got in an array and then write that array in a way that we remove whatever account we want to delete. So we are going to write the whole array but not the account that we are deleting. So with this, what we are going to do is we are going to basically go ahead and create a file pointer fp and set it to open the file in read binary mode, and we are going to learn about file pointers. So the idea is that a file pointer is basically points to whatever byte we are reading from the file, and we can change where the file pointer is pointing by using fseek function. Of course, when we actually read the file pointer advances, but we can also advance it manually or get it back or get it to some other point. So we can use the fseek function to set the file pointer to the end of the file by first passing sp, then 0, and this is the actual offset 0, and then from where this offset is, there are three options for this mode, but we are going to use seek underscore end. There is also seek underscore set and seek underscore current basically does from the current position, and seek underscore end from the last position, and seek underscore set from the start position. And now what we are going to do is after we have got the fseek done, and this should set the file to the end, and we can also retrieve this location to find out the size of the file, because the last byte basically represents the size. So for that we can use the ftell function, which should essentially take the size and set that. So what we are going to do is we are going to say size underscore d, which is basically a type ref for unsigned int, and then we are going to say size is equal to, we are just going to call this size and set it to ftell, which will give us the location of the current file pointer, wherever the actual pointer is pointing at. So we can do that, and this should essentially give us the size of the file. Now in order to create an array, since we don't know the size of the array, we can actually use the file size to create an array of a specified size, so that we can read all of the accounts easily. In order to do that, we can create a account underscore t pointer called account, since an array is just a pointer, and we cannot create a static array because this can be of any size. So we are going to allocate it with malloc, and do not forget to include stdlib.h because it is necessary for malloc. And then we can go down here and use malloc by passing is the size divided by the size of account underscore t, the file size divided by the size of account. Actually, let's do the calculation there and just pass the size here. And now we can also use the fread to actually read all of the accounts, and we can use this in a single line instead of having to read each account separately. We can pass it the accounts for the actual buffer that we want, and we can pass the accounts size underscore t for the account underscore t size for the account size, and for element size, and for the element count we can pass the actual size variable and the file pointer. And actually we need to make sure that we multiply the size of account underscore t when we are allocating the memory, because if we don't, it won't work, because malloc takes the size in bytes and not in the actual whatever array we are creating. So with that done, what we can do is we can also make this, currently we are recalling fread separately for each account, and reading a file is a pretty slow operation, and this can harm the performance of our program. So in order to fix that, what we can do is we can basically copy and paste that code here, and instead of creating a single account, create an array of accounts and read those directly. And then what we can do is we can go and create a for loop instead of a while loop, and we can go over until the size, and in the actual code we can basically copy that print statement, and we can print that, and we are going to say accounts here, I here, instead of just account that we were saying earlier, and remove the while loop. Also we want to make sure that we make this not fp line, we put it above here. So yeah, that because we don't want to seek if the file does not exist, we just want to return. So that's all pretty awesome, and now just let's test the read all functionality to see if our new formula is working. So let's go ahead and open up the, we can actually open the terminal for that and run make file. And we are also going to make sure to actually call the fclose function when we are done reading. So now let's go and run the make, and we should be able to put R here, and that should, you can see it does not read the files currently, but instead puts a bunch of garbage there. So let's just ignore that, quit right now. And the reason it does that is because we move to the end of the file, but we never move back to the start. So we want to, after we are done fseek, we are going to essentially just copy and paste this fseek here, so that we can move back to the start. But this time, instead of using seek underscore end, we are going to use seek underscore set, which will set this to the start of the file instead of the end. And now if I go ahead and run the make again, and let me first clear the terminal so that it's a bit more, you know, obvious. And now let's go and run that. What you should see is that if I read, it does indeed read much more efficiently, and it reads it in one with just a single read statement and nothing more than that. And we are actually not implemented the actual deleting functionality in this video. That we will do in the next one, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to like and subscribe as well, and I will see you in the next one, and bye.